On the next Rob on the Road. This time, we're exploring Treasure Island,
This is one of America's great playgrounds.
home to history,
It's private, but we've had permission to come in.
Well, I love that. I love showing people things that are off limits.
recreation and play,
What have we found in here?
and spectacular sights.
This is one of the most amazing spots.
On Rob on the Road, Islands of the San Francisco Bay.
And now, Rob on the Road, exploring Northern California.
Welcome to San Francisco Bay. Oh, this place is just beautiful, and it's a magnet for millions of tourists and locals every single year. Whether you want to just take a stroll along the shoreline or head out in the bay sailing, this is truly one of America's great playgrounds. Now, behind me is Alcatraz Island, home to the infamous federal penitentiary and the first lighthouse built on the West Coast. And here's Angel Island, the largest island in the bay. This California state park is packed with hiking trails and spectacular sights. But let's begin right here on Treasure Island. This place is packed with history. And we purposely picked a day, a weekday, where there wouldn't be very many tourists around because this experience is for you. We're beginning with a hike to the top of the old San Francisco Airport Tower, now home to the Treasure Island Development Authority and home to spectacular views. Oh my gosh. Wow. In all of my travels around California, this is one of the most amazing spots that I have been so lucky to bring you to. We are on the top of the Treasure Island Administration Building. This is not a bad place for an office. This is Marian Saez, who's in charge of the Treasure Island Development Authority. Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Welcome to the island and welcome viewers, giving us the opportunity to show the island off today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, we're thrilled to be here, Marian. And you just said it, show off the island. There is a lot to show off.
There certainly is. The island, you know, was built during the 1930s and it has been many things since that time. World's Fair for 2 years. The Navy occupied it, but now we've got a little piece of time where we can actually have events and create an opportunity for people to come out and recreate they do. We have a marina, we have a yacht club, we have a sailing club. We have places where you can come enjoy wine.
Well, this island started as a party. We'll tell you more about that coming up. This is very much a show of the past, present, and future of Treasure Island. But I want to jump right now to the present, and that's this view. I really haven't seen many views that are so encompassing. Just look at this. Let's do a fun 360 tour for everyone right now.
That's right, we're looking at the Willie Brown Bridge. Then we pan around and we see the ferry building right in front of us. We have, of course, the Port of San Francisco, Telegraph Hill, the famous Golden Gate Bridge.
The Golden Gate looks absolutely beautiful here. And there you see Alcatraz. What an interesting view of Alcatraz and Angel Island.
It is a spectacular view today. I mean, you really hit it on a glorious day.
We mentioned recreation play area, and there's a spot. The marina is beautiful, Marian.
It is gorgeous, and wait till you see how it gets redeveloped in the future with a world-class marina here.
It's already pretty.
Just beyond, we do have a beach here on Treasure Island, Clipper Cove Beach. Our history tells us that there were actually landings of the Clipper, an airplane by Pan Am, right here. That's part of our rich history.
Okay, so let's just keep panning around and show this beautiful view. It's like we're taking you back out of the city now. If you were to cross back over into Oakland, and then there's Berkeley.
We do have a sailing center here on Treasure Island.
There it is.
There it is. And the calm waters of the cove lend itself nicely for teaching and for evening sailing also. It's really a spectacular place for where everybody can enjoy both land and water calmly here on Treasure Island.
So these beautiful warehouses, what were these?
The warehouse with the little blue and the statuette, that was part of the World's Fair. This building and that what we call Hangar 2 is part of the World's Fair, and in the future be a marketplace that stays with the island.
I had no idea so much was going on Treasure Island. Where are we going now?
We're going into the marina area. It's private, but we've had permission to come in this afternoon.
Well, I love that. I love showing people things that are off limits. It's really peaceful and tranquil here.
It sure is. The south side of the island, beautiful place for you to have your boat and come out any day and evening and enjoy the surrounding bay area. We've got about 110 slips available here and occupied. You know, again, you just stand here and from anywhere you're at, you see the great views of the city. Looking west to the city, it's just fantastic.
You know, thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of cars cross the Bay Bridge every day, and you can pull right off and find a parking spot here in Treasure Island.
Oh, parking is no problem on Treasure Island. So it's kind of funny when people make plans to come see me, go, oh, where should we park? I'm like, you've never been to Treasure Island because it's not a problem. So this is the causeway, and it'll be redeveloped. As you know, you did a story on the bike path.
Yes.
The bike path will actually come and end right here on this causeway in the future.
And so these boats can go right out into the bay. I'm sure you see people sailing all the time.
Sailing, it's a great place for sailing. As we mentioned, the sailing center is just a little east of here. And again, I know people who just come out just to hang out on their boat.
Well, the present portion of this show is a lot about play, and you've got a lot of things to play and do here, one of which is the winery I see right behind us.
That's right, let's go.
All right. The buildings here on Treasure Island, they are massive, they are spacious, they look historic, but they are alive. This place is rocking and rolling. A winery.
So this space that we have is a reuse, and it's a winery, the winery. Brian Kane, the winemaker here. But in addition to making wine and storing wine, he uses this for special events.
Talk about envisioning. When you came here 7 years ago, you brought life back into, so to speak, the island with all these new things, the winery, art that you're going to see. You brought in, you know, fun and play to the island.
I just could not sit still and watch all these properties just sit here and wait for the future. So we created the future now. We created such a good time now to be had. We have 2 restaurants now. We have 5 wineries. We have Gaelic fields. We have football fields. We have it all here, and it's just such a great place to be right now while we wait for the future. No reason to sit still.
Mm-hmm. The original purpose here, the party island, continues.
That's right. So, you know, all these things were part of the past, and we're just kind of creating it here in this present moment, and in the future, it'll be, you know, 10 times as fabulous as it is today.
Spectacular. What in the world have we found in here? This is right next to the winery, and it's like you said, a mad science room.
This is where Burning Man artists come and make art right here on Treasure Island. Yes, the Burning Man 2-week extravaganza in the Nevada desert. The pieces of the art that get erected there are made here, disassembled and then reassembled in the desert.
Who knew? You knew.
This artist, Marco Cochran, has done some special art pieces, and the one that we have on the Great Lawn, which I encourage everyone to come out and see, is called the Bliss Dance. He does remarkable work women figures.
Look at this one.
And he's just been it's been a great attraction to the island.
This must be huge when it's assembled, and I can't believe people can just stumble in here and watch this.
If you go to the Great Lawn on Treasure Island, you'll see the Bliss Dance, and she's, I think, 4 stories high with lighting at night that makes it even more special.
And this just goes on and on and on in one of these original 1930, 1940 buildings, right?
That's correct, that's right. Lots happening on Treasure Island. We don't stop. Like in the 1930-40 fair, there was a lot of art work made then. Now, it wasn't just about infrastructure building, public works programs. It was actually about art. We had Diego Rivera make art here on Treasure Island. Miguel Covarrubias also made art here on the island, and that's just 2 of the many artists that came to the island and did art during the Golden Gate International Exposition.
Which was for the World's Fair.
Correct.
Fantastic. This is a remarkable space.
It is. And we're happy to have these artists here on the island, and again, creating a buzz about today so that we understand how fantastic the future is going to be on Treasure Island.
Wow. Not bad.
Not bad. So come
Not
on
bad
out.
at all.
Place to be on a beautiful day like today.
So I want to talk about, we say Treasure Island, but it really is a treasure for this region. Where does that name come from?
Well, originally, since it was built from the shoals of the bay, they say that there's enough gold in there all put together that this island is treasure filled.
Ah,
Oh, later on, I will show you the key to Treasure Island.
Oh, you have it?
Yes?
All right. Well, here's a little teaser for you there.
Yes.
All right, that's coming up. We were driving by, and a piece that stands out from history is shining here.
After the 39-40 fair, the Navy moved in, right? We were deep into World War II. Admiral Nimitz actually commanded the Pacific Fleet from Treasure Island. Another little bit of history here. So the Navy moves out in 96 and leaves these types of things hanging around.
Oh, wow.
And it actually is an attraction for many people who were in the service. They come back. This Treasure Island was actually a training center. After World War II, it became a training center. So this gun was part of the training center during that time. And we've had a lot of fun with it. Like, people come far and wide to see it. In terms of history, we're not sure if it was a training or actually was on a ship.
But it fired 18,000 yards.
That's what I understood.
That was the distance.
And I think we can reach Oakland with that
Yeah, just
range
about
today.
to Oakland. But what a piece of history. Literally a treasure here on Treasure Island. Well, the beauty and the splendor here of Treasure Island is all around us here on the Great Lawn, right here in the San Francisco Bay. This is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Lots of things happen here on the Great Lawn. In the fall, we have the Treasure Island Music Festival. Brings 10,000 people a day on a Saturday. 10,000 people a day. They come in on the 108 bus and they enjoy their time here. The other thing that happens here on Friday and Saturday of the end of every month.
The last Friday and Saturday.
The last Friday of the month, we have a Treasure Island flea market. It has grown to like 5,000 people coming out and enjoying, just looking for treasure. Great reasons to be here.
And so one of the greatest is this view. I mean, right there you see the Bay Bridge, and then there's the city. Look at that beautiful view of the city, and you see sailboats out there. And then over to the right, a beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge. It is absolutely spectacular. One of the prettiest views, I think, of the bridges here in the Bay is they're right here from Treasure Island.
Right here.
And right here on the Great Lawn, you see some of the artwork that we saw back next to the winery. Pardon the angle here. This is from Burning Man.
It is from Burning Man. So Marco Cochran built this in that building we were in. took it out to the desert for the Burning Man extravaganza, and then put it back in the building. And we were like, well, she should be out on display. And hundreds of people come here on a weekly basis to come see it. It lights up at night, and it really is fabulous juxtaposition against the cityscape here.
And one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, artistic pieces is the view here of the city.
Right. You're so right.
Just look at that. I don't know how you can see San Francisco in a better way. Right here on the Great Lawn, Marion, you see so much beauty. Right over here with the Golden Gate Bridge, right next to it, talk about islands of the bay, there's the beacon Alcatraz.
It's beautiful, isn't it? With the sailboats out there, everybody enjoying the day.
Such a beautiful bay. And also right here, Angel Island, and it is spectacular too. This really gets you up close to Angel Island. The islands of the bay, and they are just scattered around here like treasures. We've come inside to talk about not only the history, but the future of Treasure Island. This building was built in 1939, supposed to be the airport.
Right, the regional airport for the community here. And so the Navy maintained the building through the 90s. And since that time, then the city and county of San Francisco is now responsible for it, and that's one of my jobs, to maintain the integrity of this beautiful, modern Art Deco building.
So it's modern Art Deco.
Yes.
Not just Art Deco,
Yes,
but
somebody
modern
corrected me,
Art
yes.
Deco.
Absolutely.
And the mural behind us,
So
spectacular.
The mural represents the history of the Navy. It starts in the late 1800s and brings us through the wars of both One and Two, Korean and Vietnam.
Look
and
at
then
that.
ends with the future. Interestingly, it does end with the future in 1975 with, of course, ending with when Admiral Nimitz was here. Our job is caretaker of the island for preserving the historical value of the place. And so this building certainly is history, and the naval piece is important history to this community.
So when you talk about the history of the Navy and Treasure Island, do they go hand in hand?
They do, because we know we had the World's Fair for the 2 years, and then the Navy occupied the island from 1941 or 2 until 1996. Mm-hmm. And so every naval person came through the island. This is where letters were processed for the war. So people come back all the time because they trained here, they shipped out here, and it's a special place to them. Many people got married here in the chapel that still exists. So they all come back and want to know what's going on, and we're happy to be here to let them know that it's being maintained and that it will be part of the future. This will be maintained. It'll be more of a retail area once it gets rebuilt, but the integrity of the building will be maintained.
I saw some fascinating pictures, speaking of history from the past, in your office. Would you let us in and show us?
Absolutely,
All right,
my
let's
pleasure.
go. Look at this beautiful picture taken in 1939, and it is expansive, just like the island, and it graces the wall when you enter your office here. Tell me about this.
It's a great shot of the Golden Gate International Exposition and how it was back then.
Right at the World's Fair.
Right at the World's Fair. You see the Tower of the Sun is the centerpiece, Alcatraz in the background.
Yeah, look at that.
One of the pieces that I really love about this, not only does it show off the bridges that I showed you today, right?
Right.
But it also has the Coast Guard in it. Look at how grand the piers in San Francisco were.
They just stretch out. So the World's Fair was a competition, so to speak, with the Golden Gate Exposition.
It was during that time, 1940.
Fascinating. And speaking of, these beautiful sculptures are in front of this building now.
They are. There's a couple things that lasted. Now, you know, expositions, they weren't meant to be permanent exhibits, but we kept, and the Navy preserved, a couple of the statues, and you will find them in front of this building.
They're beautiful.
And they were part of that World's Fair.
They're absolutely beautiful. Does it amaze you that so much history was happening right here underneath your desk where you work, right below us here?
It was happening. Every day we make history, and the future will be making history. So it really is, it's kind of a sweet place in that we repeat what's happened in the past, right, daily, because we are trying to, have people come to the island to express themselves either in art, to come recreate, and that's what the fair, what the International Exposition was about. And of course, during the exposition too, it was about the technology in the future. And we are going to have a fabulous place to come home to in the future while Treasure Island gets redeveloped into 8,000 units of housing, 250,000 square feet of commercial space, 2 hotels, a brand new marina, and a sailing center. Yeah, the future is great.
Well, the future is literally on display here inside of Marion's office, and this is spectacular.
It is. It's a view from Oakland, and it depicts the, let's just say, 300 acres of the island. You see that just the west side and the south side are developed, leaving 300 acres for open space in the future. Gardens and farmland and, all things green.
Will this really happen?
Of course it'll happen. We've been waiting for it, we've invested in it, and we've been planning for it.
It's really spectacular, and it is so, I think, done in a complimentary way of the bay.
It is, and I also want to point out that the return of the Tower of the Sun, which is the focal point of the fair, you see the building right there where it was almost placed during the time of the Golden Gate International Exposition.
And when do you think we could see this happening? When could it all come together?
Well, it'll be a very long time to build out. Every wire, every piece of infrastructure gets redone. Beginning from the south side when we were on the marina, marching north, everything will be redone. You can't leave anything old here. So the total build out is planned for, 12 to 18 years, but we'll get started in about 24 months.
Well, that's not that far off in the future.
For those who've been living on the island for 12 years now, it is finally coming.
It's happening.
Yes.
What is this?
This, I promised you, a little treasure hunt. And so...
Is this it?
Yes, it is. So behind in an undisclosed place in Treasure Island, we have some remnants of the 1939-40 fair. And it was actually the key provided to the governor on the opening day of the island.
Wow, look at how beautiful that is. That is spectacular. May I touch it?
Absolutely, and the detail is unbelievable. It's very California,
Look at that.
but it has the Golden Gate Bridge in the background, and the story is told that, it was the Depression. So women contributed their gold and jewels to create this.
Absolutely beautiful. People giving of their own things to make such a beautiful gift.
Talk about the history. Look, they have the pioneer time, they have the missions in here, the Capitol.
It's all here.
And Treasure Island.
And of course, Treasure Island. Absolutely beautiful. I love that people gave their own jewels to have this made.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, this has been fantastic, and I'm so happy for you and your job. Talk about getting to sit here in the middle of such beauty.
I am so blessed at this job. Every day something's different, right? We got a marina, we got people to take care of, we have commercial, we have artists, we have people recreating, and it's just really a pleasure to be able to provide all these things for not only the people of San Francisco, but the greater Bay Area.
A pleasure and a treasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Between these two great bridges, in historic San Francisco Bay, the Golden Gate International Exposition on man-made Treasure Island is an inspiring tribute to the achievements of our time. 400 acres of kaleidoscopic colors. Pacifica is a massive sculptured figure 80 feet high, overlooking the court it dominates, exotic, inspiring. When will man's genius ever again create so lovely a thing?
To order a DVD copy of this program, call 888-814-3923 or visit robontheroad.org.